there's also Adam Gadon, who ran around the same county. I'm in Cypress, California, but Adam Gadon didn't go to this mosque. He used to go to another one, which is the Islamic Center Orange County, which is run by Dr. Muzammil Siddiqui. And Dr. Siddiqui is very prominent, very prominent, honorable man. I've been to his house just to greet him, see if he was in good health when he was in an emergency. Dr. Muzammil Siddiqui. And even I saw a picture of him with Congressman Maxine Waters and Sheriff Lee Baca. So that means Dr. Siddiqui has influence. And Dr. Siddiqui was perturbed when I was talking about Adam Gadon. Whereas I told Dr. Siddiqui that it's in Wikipedia that Adam Gadon references Adam Gadon, his association with the Islamic Center of Orange County and how he used to harass Mr. Bakshashi or something, something they used to call him Danny. He used to harass and Adam Gadon and another Caucasian brother used to beat. And I can't really call them brother because they're extreme. They used to go around beating people and attacking people. So people tolerated them. It looks like this man here in a black Toyota. He's of a whitish skin complexion, but he's Egyptian. Nobody's asking him to be thrown out and that we're getting tired of you. The same thing that's going on that you hear now is a possibility this may have gone on in Singapore. Because only one Indian warned me of a high Indian ancestry that's very wealthy, similar to the Mustafa Center people. He told me if you go around asking for money, some Muslims are going to be envious and they're going to set you up and they're going to take things about you or a person's fact. They're going to go to the ISD, to the Singapore Intelligence, and they're going to kick you out. I forgot. They're going to go. They're going to go to the ISD, Singapore Intelligence, and they're going to throw you out. Brother, you're going to get kicked out of Singapore. Just for simply needing help. But the strange part is there are beggars who come from India. They come from, yeah, but India is poor and all that. No, they don't mean excuse. Poor is poor. There are people who come from Asian countries soliciting money. They don't use the money for what they're asking for. They're known not to use the money for what they ask for. They just happen to be the ethnicity of the Singapore Muslim wealthy. They raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes tens of thousands. They go back. What they raise it for, those people never get that money. Just like the Red Cross raised billions. And the conservative show on the same station that Mike Savage is on, I think his name is Savage, the conservative show said you never give money to the Red Cross. You never give money. He said they raise billions, but they spend very little on it. What they spend is a hummingbird on a tree. I wish you could see it. They spend significantly less on the money than whether. See, you see what the Milana said? He said, why didn't the people call the police on him? All right, you see? They might have, and the law enforcement might have analyzed everything. The local police, yeah, along with other coordinator, regional law, they might have analyzed and said, leave this guy alone because he's already messed up. Sometimes law enforcement does it. Yeah, he's already fucked up. Yeah, leave him alone. Now, from what the feds did to him, they already jacked him up. Already. No wonder he's the way it is. Jacked up meaning using the Israeli intelligence and other apparatus to make sure that I'm never able to earn too much money. They have to go around like this. And the Singapore intelligence officer told me that this is what we're going to do. We're going to wage asymmetrical war against people like you. The terrorists, the extremists. Asymmetrical. Asymmetrical war means unconventional war against the U.S. citizens. And people that have knowledge of this is U.S. Senator Patty Murray, U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein. They have knowledge of it. Senator Feinstein, yes, she's a Jewish ancestor. She turned it down, the volume. It was more intense than this. It was worse. You had active members of the military. I don't know if it was JSOC, SOCOM, or some other dev group or some other division. Active members of the military keeping tabs on me when I was in San Francisco. Military people involved. Ranking military people, especially when I got out from the ambush. So Molana's opinion, like he just said, why don't you just go away for a few months and here and go away? But what they want you to do is why don't you just keep going away and don't come back? That's the same thing. Why don't you just keep going away, you beggar? Yeah, and don't come back. Okay. Yeah, this is this is the consensus. A lot of the consensus of the contemporary Islamic world and other world is, why don't you just go away, beggar? Needy person. We don't want your likes around. But what Singapore intelligence colluded, it wasn't really the fault initializing of the Singapore, even though the Chinese and some of the Indian ethnics do have a strong anti-Afro bigotry. Um, and I'm trying to think of an email to find it within Gmail, the email that I sent my mother complaining about the name of the officer, Mr. Sanju or Singham, who was at the border. He was a non-practicing Indian, the type of Indian that would do a lot of zina or fornication. And he said that he was joking with a Malay, a non-practicing Malay, Muslim ancestry woman. I'm not going to say she's a Muslim. She's a Malay ancestry because they probably don't make salah, the way she was. And what he was saying to her is, look at the Negro, these people come here. Because I had crossed the border, there's hummingbirds in here. There might be two of them. Yeah, there might be two of them. I think I see two hummingbirds, mashallah, in this tree. Yep, there's more than one. I hear them making the same sound. Yeah, there's more than one hummingbird around here. This is the only state I've been able to see that hummingbird that close, even closer if I'm behind the glass in the window. And the flight of crows as well. So the thing is, that being said, Mr. Sangu or Singham or Radikam or whatever his name, the gentleman was, who was at the immigration ICA, Singapore ICA, Simmigration. I call it Singramation. The immigration ICA, the border between Johor Bahru, what they call the causeway in Singapore. He was joking to the Malay woman, these Negroes here, send them back to the ghetto, back to his ghetto, back to his streets or the U.S. or whatever. So you have that undercurrent of that Singapore, clean and superior, that kind of stuff because of the British, you see. All those places are the playgrounds of what you call the British. I hate people calling people the white man now. It's very rude. In Islam, to call people by color, skin complexion, is very rude, very obtuse, uncouth. In Islam, it's not allowed. They call it Ayab. Ayab. See, another hummingbird, mashallah. Way up there. You can't see it, but I see it. It's Ayab. It's Ayab. In Arabic, they say Ayab. Using the letter I. Ayab. Very disgusting. But because you know what an Englishman looks like or a Celt looks like, So these are people of Anglo ancestry. So a lot of law enforcement, Rolanda said, why didn't you call the police? A lot of law enforcement actually, I've seen it with my own eyes, they actually feel pity for people. Yeah, they feel pity who fall between the cracks. Sometimes who violate on white men. Think people, as I said, I don't like calling people that, but people really red. People have this image of really blared, pale-eyed, really rose-flushed, pink-skinned men coming with arms and with weapons and with tool belts to take you away to detention centers and things like that, or telling you to be hard on you and all of that. That's the image of what people think about the police. And some of those men are seeing some of the best characters, especially in San Francisco, who had leniences. I was sleeping in a major international security place where a person's not supposed to be sleeping. I was sleeping there because of after what was done with this intelligence operation against me. With the tacit permission of officials, maybe known by the FISA courts, maybe not known by the FISA courts, an intelligence operation to control an individual based on a suspicion paradigm. Put a strong pale of suspicion on them and use things obtained by coercion, letters and confessions, to imprison a person in poverty for the rest of their lives.